up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we are covering the Lost Thunder English set list. I think this is everything on TCEGO. They actually don't have the cards just yet, so I can't cover on there. But as you see, there is 210 cards in the set, if I remember correctly. So I think it becomes like the biggest set here. French Friends, okay, update to that for landings, we cut. Pre-release will be taken this past weekend and this weekend. It hits shelves on November 2nd. This set will be the largest in TCG's history with a whopping 214 cards, excluding secret rares. So even with 60 secret rares, there's more. It features cards from SM7 Thunderspark, SM7 Fairy Rise, and SM8 Explosive Impact. So obviously I can't cover every single card. There's over 214. So what we're going to do today is cover the GXs, and we're going to cover the trainer cards. And I know there's like 2 or 3 other cards that people have been talking about. I've seen them on some of the people's, through Facebook and whatever. Of course, this is right out of PokeBeach. Shout out to PokeBeach. They always have the great content posted so quickly. But if there's any card that I miss, let me know down below, and I'll definitely look into it. Like I said, there's 214 cards. There's no way I'm going to be able to know all these cards off the top of my head. So we're just going to start scrolling, and like I said, we're going to cover some stuff. Do we cover like ability ones, like this Meganium? Once during turn before you attack, you may choose one of your basic Pokemon to play. If you have a stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card onto the basic Pokemon to evolve it. Alright, so Spinarak, Ariados. So I know this Jump Bluff thing is getting pretty much a lot of hype. This Lost March stuff. So Lost March does 20 damage. This tag does 20 damage times the number of Pokemon in the Lost Zone, excluding Pokemon Prism Stars. Yeah, we got Jump Bluff here, 70 HP. And it's going to get knocked out pretty frequently. But if you put 9 in the Lost Zone, you can start doing 180 damage. You notice there's multiple Pokemon here. I don't know everything that's going to go to Lost Zone exactly, or how it works really. Like I said, I really haven't seen the set too much. But skip one once during your turn before you attack. You may search deck for a Jump Up and switch it with this Pokemon. Place this Pokemon, all cards attached to it, into the Lost Zone. So you can immediately put Skip Loom and pop-ups in there and search deck for Jump Up and switch with this Pokemon. So basically you can switch out your Skip Loom for a Jump Up out of your deck. Yeah, and then get it out that way. The only problem is obviously once all your Skip Blooms are in the Lost Zone, you can't get it back out. So I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work. But you can put 2 in there, Sprout, searching for Hoppin', put on your bench, a tackle for 20. I guess the Sprout one's probably a little better. It does have 30 HP. They both got 1 retreat. Maybe the 40 HP is better because Buzzwole can't punch on the bench. I'm not sure. I think, I'm not 100% sure how the Lost deck's going to work. I think it's more of a gimmick than anything else. Shuckle, once during the turn before you attack, you may play this card from your hand up to your bench. You may search deck for 3 basic unit cards and discard them in the shuffle your deck. Okay, so you can get some energies in your discard pile if you want to that way. Attach your 2 energy cards from discard pile to your Pokemon any way you like. So kind of combos there. You can put energy in the discard pile, then you Shuckle to get them back out. Shuckle GX. So first GX here, Shuckle GX. There we go. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon with 2 or less energy cards attached to them. That's very interesting because this is going to like 100. Like this could counter Zoroark very, very well. Because they're making it where like, oh, if you only have a DCE, you're not hurting my Shuckle GX. Well, of course they can attach a fighting energy and then a DC attack that way. But still has 3 energy attachments to knock out Shuckle, which has 170 HP. And then you can just play like Ace Roll and stuff like that. So triple poison, well, I guess you could just one-shot it as well. But maybe you play like Aether's Paradise Conservation. You take less damage, maybe don't get one shot. Either way, whatever. Triple poison, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Put 3 damage counter instead of 1. And then Wrap GX. 40 damage, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. So very bad GX. Attack is meh. Poison is cute, right? So take it 60, but they can retreat out of it. But the ability is really neat. I do like the ability a lot. Oh my goodness, guys. If you don't want this card, let me know, and I'll take them for free. I have no idea if this is a good card or not, but Celebi is one of my favorite Pokemon. There's literally multiple just sitting at my desk, just chilling here. Okay, anyway, Celebi. Celebi and Shame are 2 favorite Pokemon, if you didn't know that. So, you can't have more than one Prism Star card with the same name in your deck. If a Prism Star would go to discard pile, it's in the Lost Zone instead. Alright, so Time Warp. Choose any number of Evolved Pokemon play for each of this Pokemon. Remove the highest stage evolution card and put it in your hand. In play. So this... Oh, your Evolved Pokemon. So you can de-evolve your Evolved Pokemon? Okay. Maybe there's some kind of significance where you can put it back in your hand and put it back down. Maybe there's some kind of like Crobat. Ooh, you could play this in Crobat. Ooh, like an expanded. But it's only one time, so I don't know. It still seems pretty cool, right? And then late sheet 20, heal 10. So basically what we're looking at is this Time Warp attack. Very interesting for sure. Groovile, once turn to turn for your attack, you may search check for a grass Pokemon, reveal it, and put it in your hand. That's really nice, just getting out grass Pokemon immediately. And Sceptown GX, man, I hope grass Pokemon are making a comeback. I guess they really haven't gone anywhere. We have like Bulu that was still somewhat playable. But Mach Cut 60, discard a special energy for your opponent's active Pokemon. Leaf Cyclone 130, move a grass energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. That's pretty neat. You kind of just like power up different Sceptiles. You're two-shotting stuff, they're two-shotting you. It's pretty nice. You are a stage 2, but only need 2 energies to 130. It's not bad. And then Jungle Heal GX, heal all damage from each of your Pokemon with any grass energy attached to them. Hey, that's actually pretty nice. Maybe with my Sceptown GX attack, 1 retreat cost, not bad. So you can retreat Max Potion, then Leaf Cyclone again. You kind of repeat the process there. Hey, maybe that's what we'll see. Alright, let's keep on scrolling down. Like I said, we're looking for abilities. When you place Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may leave your opponent's active Pokemon paralyzed and poisoned. Between turns, put 3 damage counters for poison instead of 1. So this could be your Celebi thing, like Hazard Evolution with Celebi, and then you just de-evolve your Dustox, get it back down, put it back down. They take 3 damage, come back to you 6. Maybe. Nakata, Ninjask. Maybe put a Shedinja and discard pile onto your bench. Where's Shedinja at? It must be like a Psychic or something. Combi, Vespiquen. 120. If you don't have 5 grass on your bench, it does nothing. Shh. Oh my goodness, guys. If you don't want this Shaman, let me know. I'll take it. Once during your turn before you attack me, he'll have 20 damage from your active grass Pokemon. Oh my goodness. Shaman Sceptile is going to be a deck. We're going to make that a deck. He'll heal 20 damage from your active grass once during your turn. So can you use it for each Shaman? I wouldn't see why you couldn't. Yeah, maybe you could. And if Virizion EX, or GX, sorry. Double Blade, draw 2, Sensitive Blade 50. If you played a support card to your turn, this attack does 80 more damage. Ooh, and they put any number of Pokemon to play and all cards attached to into your hand. So you can heal all your Pokemon real quick as well with this Breeze Away GX. Man, if we could make Virizion somehow work, that would be so exciting. Skidoo, Go-Goat, Tapu Bulu. Okay, Moltres, Cyndaquil, Quilava, Typhlosion. Once during your turn before you attack, you may choose to treat all energy attached to Pokemon play as fire energy until the end of your turn, including cards newly brought into play. Oh, okay, so you can make everything fire, and then Lost Zone 120, put 2 energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon in the Lost Zone. Oh my goodness. Alright, that seems very good. Magcargo GX. I've heard people talking about this card. Once during your turn before you attack, you may discard the top card of your deck. If that card is a basic energy, attach it to one of your Pokemon. Then Lava Flow, 50 damage. You may discard any number of basic energy cards from this Pokemon. This attack does 50 more damage for each card discarded that way. Alright, so you discard with 3. You're doing 150. Choice span. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no for sure. Yeah, it doesn't seem that very good. Okay, we'll keep on going. Litleo, if your opponent has any Pokemon GX play, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. Pyroar, discard energy, Heat Blast 90. Alright, so here's a Pokemon I had no idea was real. It still doesn't look real to me. I've never seen this before. Blacephalon GX, I have no idea what this is. I would not have guessed it was a fire type. I think this is like Psychic and like, I don't even know, like Psychic and Ghost or something, but definitely not fire. Alright, so your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned and confused. Mind Blown does 50 damage. You may see any number of fire to attach your Pokemon to play to the Lost Zone. This attack does 50 damage times the number of cards sent in this way. So right now, there's not a real way to power your 5 Pokemon inside of Kiawe that I'm familiar with. Like, expanded, you got, like, Reshiram, not Reshiram, Emboar, but I don't know how you power up your fire Pokemon right now, unfortunately, okay. Burst GX, discard one of your prize cards. If that card is an energy, discard one of your prize cards. If that card is an energy attached to your Pokemon, you can't use one of the... What does it mean by discard one of your prize cards? Like, you just take your prize card and just discard it. If it's energy, you attach it to one of your Pokemon. So you, like, take a prize card, but you're discarding it immediately? So I guess that's what it is. Like, you just take your prize card and you just discard it. I guess that could be a way to win right there. Yeah, I wouldn't see... Yeah, I think that's what it is. I wouldn't see why it's not. If that card is an energy attached to one of your Pokemon, you can't... Yes, I guess that's how you could take a last prize card, is with Burst GX. Discard one of your prize cards, which is prize cards are to your left. If that card's an energy, who cares? You can discard a prize card. Alright, cool. Alright, unless I'm reading it wrong. Well, if I'm reading it wrong, let me know. Alright, Alolan Vulpix. If you have any yellow Pokemon to play, this has no retreat cost. Slowpoke, Slowking, Lapras. You may look at top 2 cards of your deck or permanents to your... Okay, so you can basically just manipulate the top 2. I would use Acrobat instead. This Pokemon has any energy to it, has no retreat cost. Suicune. Okay, Suicune GX. Once during the turn before you attack, if this Pokemon's on your bench, you may shuffle this card and all cards attached to it into your deck. Alright, so you kind of just like heal your Suicunes. Alright, Cure Stream 120 during your opponent's next turn. If any Pokemon's attacks do 30 or less. Brensil GX 150. Switch Pokemon to one of your bench. Not very good. Cubchoo, Beartick, Wycarum. Populo, Brayon, Primarina. When you attach energy from your hands to your Pokemon, you may attach up to 2 energies instead. Ignore this effect if the energy is attached to you with an attack. And okay, hold on. When you attach, okay, so you attach energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon, you may attach up to 2 energies instead. Ignore this effect if the energy is attached with an attack, an ability other than Harmonics or a Trainer. Alright, so basically, okay, so that's fine. So if you attach energy, you can attach 2 energies per turn. There you go, you can power your water Pokemon that way. And it's actually any energy, it doesn't say water, so this could be viable in other decks. The only problem, it's a stage 2. Marini, Toxapex, Bruxish, Electabuzz, Electivire, Chinchou, Lantern, Mareep. Okay. Once during your turn, before you attack with Pokemon, your active Pokemon, you may choose to leave your opponent's active Pokemon asleep. Okay, auto sleep. Flaffy, Ampharos, Invisible Flash. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may put 2 lightning energy from your hand in the Lost Zone. If you do, leave your opponent's active Pokemon paralyzed. So automatic paralyzation, but you have to discard 2 lightning energies. This attack does 50 damage to your opponent's Pokemon. And I'm gonna say it's not good. Sorry, Kevin Murphy. Raikou, Pachirisu, Blitzel, Zebstrika. Once during your turn before you attack, you may discard your hand, then draw 4 cards. That is very good. Like, discard your hand, draw 4, and then you can play more supporter cards. Like, a lot of people play Marshadow, yeah, to, like, disrupt their opponent, but it's just a good, like, I'm going to use Marshadow, I'm going to hit 4 cards, then I'm going to play another supporter card. So I think Fast Break is going to see a lot of play because there's a lot of times where you have, like, 1 card in your hand, and I'm like, alright, I'm just going to Fast Break, discard it, and draw 4. So I imagine Zebstrika is going to be a very playable card. Probably one of the most playable cards we've seen so far that I can think of. Like, supporter card-wise, I guess, right? So Stunfisk, Dedenne, Tapu Koko. Oh my goodness. Is this... What is this? Is this a Luxray? Like, not a Luxray, though? That's what... Is this a Digimon? Zeraora? I don't know. Electric Zone. Each of your Pokemon has lightning attached to it. Has no retreat cost. So free retreat. That's pretty cool. Plasma Fist 160. This Pokemon can attack during the next turn. And Full Voltage. Attach 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile to any away Pokemon you like. It is a cost of lightning, which if this was colorless, it'd be broken. Like, you just get any 5 energies from discard pile and attach it to your Pokemon any way you like. That would be really cool. But since you have to have a lightning, that's kind of unfortunate. But it's still good. Like getting 5 energies, any energy accelerator is always good. It's always good. So I would say the GX tech's good. The having the free retreat's nice. The attack not so good. But I like the GX and the ability a lot on that guy. I don't know his name again. Zera Aura. I can't wait till people go, oh my god, Squeaky, it's actually this. Oh, here's the unknowns that people are going to freak out about. Alright, so unknown, there's damage once during your turn. Before you attack, this Pokemon's your active Pokemon, and your bench Pokemon have a combined total of 66 damage counters on them. You may choose to win the game. So if you have 66 damage counters on your bench Pokemon, you can just win the game right there. Unknown, if you have at least 35 cards in your hand, you may choose to win the game. Once again, these both have to be active and missing. And once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, and your opponent has at least 12 supporter cards in the lost zone, so this one definitely not possible. I don't know how you're getting supporter cards, your own opponent's supporter cards in the lost zone, but these seem doable. I've already seen people talk about like a Dusknoir kind of combo Wailord unknown thing, whatever. I know people are talking about that, so we'll definitely see that for Expanded Thursday. Test out the damage one. This one's probably not going to happen. It's doable, though. 35 cards in your hand. This one's not good unless there's some kind of mechanic that I don't know yet. As long as Pokemon's on your bench, each player's Prism Star can attack and has no abilities. If you really hate the Prism Stars, there you go. Wobbuffet's here to counter it. Shedinja, here we go. Once during the turn, before you attack, you may discard all cards attached to Pokemon and attach it to one of your Pokemon as a Pokemon Tool card. If the Pokemon this card's attached is knocked out, your opponent takes 1 for your prize card. It'd be good if you didn't have to put the Ninjask down. But since you put Ninjask down, you get Shedinja out, and they both have low HP. It's not going to work. Sableye, okay, if you go first, you can use this deck on your first turn. Search deck for 1 card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Whew, that seems really good. Just colorless, you can get any card in your hand if you go first. So I heard people talking about this Giratina. I think it's this one. Once during the turn, before you attack, this Pokemon's in your discard pile. You may play it onto your bench, and then put 1 damage counter on 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And Shadow Impact does 130. Put 4 damage counters on 1 of your opponent's Pokemon. This is going to be really good because you can put 1 damage counter on 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay, so you can put down Giratina, put a damage counter on a Tapu Lele on the bench, and then you can choice spam this Giratina, and of course play this Malamar. You triple Psychic Recharge the Giratina, Guzma it up. You can now hit for 160 and take a knockout, and then put 4 damage counters on 1 of your Pokemon, which of course you can put it on the Giratina, which doesn't matter. If they knock it out, so what? They're taking 1 prize card. You just took 2, so I think this Giratina is going to be very played. I think it's going to be a very good card in Malamar decks. Especially with that, I like the option of putting 1 damage counter on 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. People don't realize how good 1 damage counter is. It's literally been in all different decks that have won multiple different tournaments. Just putting down damage counters is so broken. So Sigilyph GX, and this Pokemon is your active Pokemon. It's damaged by an attack from your opponent's GX or EX. And even if it's knocked out, put damage counters only attack Pokemon equal to the damage done to this Pokemon. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon GX or EX, even if this Pokemon is knocked out, put damage counters only attacking Pokemon. Wow, that seems really good to counter other GX, EX decks. Sonic Wing 80 is not affected by resistance. Intercept GX, alright, 6 damage, times the number of energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. I think the Sigilyph could be really big. Especially if you counter a lot of GX, EX, that mirror counter seems pretty neat. And then Sonic Wing with a choice band could do 110, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that could be really nice. It's weak to Lightning. I don't think Lightning's that big right now. Yeah, I think it's going to be really nice. Unless I'm reading it wrong, but I think I read it right. If a GX, EX attacks your Sigilyph, they take the same amount of damage counters. Why? This seems really good. Am I crazy? Huh. Yanmask, Coffergigas, Litwick, Lampet, Chandelier. Put 4 damage counters on his Pokemon. Too bad it's not an ability like the old one used to be. Alright, so keep on just scrolling along. Naganadel, okay. Once during your turn before attacking, we attach a basic energy card from this card pile to this Pokemon. So any energy to this Pokemon. Now I've already heard people talk about this with that Blasphemous whatever guy. You like just put fire energy in this guy, then you just blow the energies back up and like just throw them in the Lost Zone, because it does 50 times the amount. So if you have 3 of these, you could do 150 pretty easily and attach per turn. And I think that guy just needs 1 energy. Why am I only like, I'm barely halfway done with this list. Oh my goodness, there's so many cards in here. Oh, it's 2 fires. Sorry, 2 fires is what it needs. 180 HP. I mean, I think I'd just rather play Sork still. Anyway, maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. I've heard people talk about that, so maybe that's what we see. Oh, am I going too far? Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Okay, so not gonna do. It's still cool, right? I like the idea of getting any energy, basic energy to this guy. So it's gonna be really good. Getting any basic energy. He has a good attack, 80 damage. You have exactly 3 parts cards remaining. It does 80 more damage. You can do 160. A choice spin, 190. So let's scroll through these real quick. Donphan, Pokemon's full HP, be knocked out. It's not knocked out. 10. Larvitar. I think we kind of like all the basics, are all the good cards that people think about. Tyranitar GX. My goodness, that card is beautiful. 250 HP. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this Pokemon's attacks, put that Pokemon all cards attached to it into the Lost Zone. Okay, if one of your opponent's Pokemon, okay, it's knocked out from him. Okay, so Vicious Sandstorm 130. This attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench basic Pokemon. Too bad it's a dark colorless. Smackdown GX. He is wrestling some guys out there. 220. It's not effective by any effects. I like that they get put in the Lost Zone so they can't get back out. So that seems really, really nice. Probably not that playable though. 30 less damage. Genesect and Frisian. Oh my goodness. Alright, you may attach up to 2 Pokemon tools cards to this Pokemon. We already have that one. I think the other Genesect did that. That's a cool looking Genesect. 130, 190. Metal colorless. It's 130. You can have double choice spin on this guy. So he can swing for 190 technically. Better watch out. Maybe we'll get that guy powered up. Alolan Ninetales GX. Alright, there we go. When you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search deck for 2 item cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Okay, so 2 item cards in your hand. 70, it does 30 to when your opponent's bench. If your opponent's active is an ultra and it's knocked out. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an Ultra Beast, it is knocked out. So immediately, you're just like, oh, whatever, Ultra Beast knocked out. Oh man, this could be... I'm going to say no. I'm actually going to say it's not playable. Just like, the ability is really cool, but 70 damage isn't that very strong. Yeah, I'm going to say not playable. That's what I'm sticking with right now. Alright, so let's keep scrolling down. We're just looking for GXs now. There's a billion cards in a set. Okay. And of course, let's see that. See a Prism Star. Once during a turn before you attack, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to become your active, move any number of energy from the other Pokemon to this Pokemon. Brighthorn's 160. Not good. On your bench, put a card for an all effects of attacks done to your fairy Pokemon. So this kind of stops Guzma. Okay, that's pretty nice. Mimikyu GX. It did not know he was a fairy. Auto Confuse 10. 31 damage to each counter your opponent's active. And shuffle one of your opponent's bench and all cards attached in their deck. Alright. Are we almost done with this list? This is really long. I've heard people talk about Ditto Prism Star. Okay. Once during the turn, you may play a stage 1 evolution of your hand onto this Pokemon, excluding your first turn, and then this Pokemon, and the turn this Pokemon comes into play. So basically, you can like auto evolve to like it could be like a Hoppip, and you can put Skiploom, and you can put 2 of those in there. That's something you can really do with the Ditto, and that way you can see a Hoppip later on. So it could be like your like 5th Hoppip in the Skiploom deck. Alright, so Eevee. Also, McDonald's has the Eevee promos, so now you have Energy Evolution for longer. Just thought I'd point that out if you didn't know that. Lugia, 30 more damage times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's Pokemon. 170. Put your opponent's active Pokemon cards attached to the Lost Zone. There's a lot of Lost Zone stuff going on here. This Pokemon has a unit energy. It becomes that type. Becomes that, becomes this type. So it's like counter. Why does this one have 1 energy. This is 2. I guess this attack's a little better because 60, then you hit for weakness because you're fire, dark, and lightning. Pika-Peck, Trumbeak. Once during your turn, if it's in your hand. Once during your turn, before you attack, if this card is in your hand, you may place it in the lost zone. If you do, look at the top card of your opponent's deck, then return it to the top of your opponent's deck. If the card is a supporter card, put it in the lost zone instead. There we go. That's how we can play the other unknown. Also, Trumbeak is really good. If it's in your hand, you just put it in the lost zone. So you actually don't need any Pika-Pecks. You can just put Trumbeaks in the lost zone immediately. Wow. So there we go. That's how you put more Pokemon in there. So you have Skiplumes, 2, 4, 6, 8. So you have 4, 8, 12, 16, plus the other 4. So that's how we get those in there. Alright, so maybe that's how you play it. You play like with Trumbeak, you play with the Skiploom and stuff like that. So it definitely seems like it could be very playable. Alright, so here we go. Item cards. Alright, let's see here real quick. Adventuring Satchel. Searching for 2 Pokemon tools, reveal them, put into your hand. We don't care. Just put more tool cards. Bad card. Put 3 loaded Pokemon discard in your hand. A loaded Pokemon are played. Who cares? Choice Helmet. Attach. Okay. If the Pokemon this card is attached, you takes 30 less damage. Bad card. You rather just play a Choice Band to do more damage. Counter Gain. As long as you have more price cards remaining in the opponent, the attack this Pokemon cards to costs 1 less. It's actually pretty nice. So you have basically it's like a counter energy, but you can use attacks easier. Custom Catcher. You may play 2 custom catchers at once. Very nice. If you played 1, draw cards from your deck. You have 3 cards in your hand. If you play 2, choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, switch it with your active. And that's actually a really big deal. Just be able to bring a Pokemon off the bench to the active is really nice. Your lightning Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage. And that's an item card. Wow. Okay. Okay. So now Lightning's getting a lot of support. Faba. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon tool cards. And choose one of your opponent's Pokemon's tool cards, special cards, or stadium cards in play and put it in the lost zone. Okay. So just 1, though. But it's... no, it's not a supporter card. Alright. There's a bunch of Fairy Charms here. Let's just read. Prevent all damage. By Grass, Psychic, Fighting, Dark? Psychic, Dragon? I don't know what that card is. What is this? I don't know. Makes it where if your fairy Pokemon can't be hurt by that. Okay. So if you like your fairy cards, you counter decks. There you go. Heat. Okay, this is a Prism Star Stadium. Once during your turn before you attack, you may discard a fire from your hand if you draw 3 cards. I'm gonna say no. Keely, draw 2 cards from a coin of heads. Put Keely back into your hand instead of discarding it. Still no. Once during each player's turn, the player may have 6 damage and remove all special counters from the grass Pokemon. I mean, this could go well with Shaman, then you can heal a bunch of stuff. But once again, only 1 Stadium card. I don't see how that's going to be really beneficial. Put 2 cards from your hand in the Lost Zone. Okay, and it's an item card, so you can like put Pokemon in there. If you can't put 2 cards from your hand into Lost Zone, this card can't be played. So you can put more items in there to power up your little Jumpluff deck. All right, Lucamane. You only play this card if one has 3 price cards remaining. It already seems bad because it's a supporter card. That's a Prism Star, so you can only play 1, and you can only play when your opponent has 3 cards left. Prevent all damage done to your Ultra Beast by your opponent's attacks. That's a bad card. Search for a fairy attached to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Bad card. Why would you waste that turn? Mixed Herb. Special condition from your opponent. 2 special condition and 90 damage. Bad card. There's no way you're playing 4 of those in your deck. Moon Milk. Flip between coins for each head. Heal 30. And there we go. I'd rather play more Moon Milks than Mixed Herbs. Just letting you know. Morty. Your opponent. Okay, you can only play this card if your Psychic Pokemon was knocked out during last turn. Your opponent reveals their hand, choose 2 cards, find them, and shuffle into their deck. No. Nest. Okay, so I've heard people talk about this Netball. Searching for Grass Pokemon or Grass Energy, reveal it and put it in your hand. Fantastic card. Really, really good. It's great. Professor M's Lecture. Searching for 3 Pokemon with 60 HP or less. Reveal them, put it in your hand. Good card. Bridget is now back. 60 HP or less, not that big of a deal. and they go into your hand, which is great. There's some kind of combo, because it's 3 Pokemon with 60 HP or less, not basic. So there's like stage 1s that are 60. Really good card. Love the Professor's Elm. Sightseer, draw cards from your deck. You have 5 in hand. Before drawing, you may discard a number of cards from your hand. Good supporter card. Like it. Probably not going to be playable from the start, but eventually will. It's going to be good in decks that need this card energy. It's going to be good at Malamar and stuff like that. Spell tag, attach, okay. If your Psych Pokemon's attacked you, it's knocked out, put 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. That's really nice. Another Prism Starcadium, probably bad. The attacks of each player's lightning Pokemon cost 1 lightning less. So now you got this and the other cards you do more damage. React Hammer, discard energy from your opponent's Pokemon in play. If you're okay, this card can only be used by the player going second on their first turn. That's bad. Don't care. Whitney, draw 1 card, draw an additional 2 cards for each Whitney in your discard pile, excluding this one. So if you have 4 Whitneys, if you have 3 Whitneys in the discard pile, you can drew 7. Memory, provides colorless, and use previous evolutions. Nice, it's going to be playable. These cards are always good. Now let's look at the full arts. Chuckle GX, Sceptile GX, Frizzy GX, Macargo. This little thingy-bobber, Suicune, Zebstrika's brother, Sigilyph. What does this card seem really good? It seems really good. Tyranitar, Genesect, Alola Ninetales, Mimikyu, Lugia, and then we got a Judge full art. The Lost Zone thingy, draw 2, put in the flip a coin. Jesus, Morty, Professor Elms, Whitney. Shuckle's got a secret rare. Sceptile's got a secret rare. Frizzy's got a secret. Macargo's got a secret. It has a secret. That's what we'll call it from now on, is it, because it looks like it. Zebstrika's brother's got a secret rare. Would you call it Zebstrika's brother or Luxray's brother? I don't know. Sigil's got a secret rare. Zebstrika. Jeez, oh my goodness. There's so many full arts. Gold cards. Choice Helmet. Oh my goodness. Counter Game, Custom Catcher, Electric Power, Lost Mixer, Next Ball, React Hammer, Spell Tag. There's so many gold full art cards, but guys, there you go. I don't think this set is like super broken. I think that like Sigilyph seems really good. Obviously, you know, Skiploom seems like a lot of playability. People talk about that Blasphemy Pokemon thingamabobber, but there we go, guys. There is the Lost Thunder set review. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I know I did cover that kind of fast, but as you see, I am still scrolling. There's 270 cards. There is no way I can know what every single card does right now. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully next week we can start covering some of this new stuff. I can't promise that. I don't know when it's released on TCEGO. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great Wednesday. Alrighty, bye.